Hello, how are we? Welcome to another edition of Up the Reds TV with me, Andy Canby, all things Liverpool. Now, news that broke out, not necessarily from Liverpool's website, but from the Fenway Sports Group website. They've released a press release on here that I've got, so not directly from Liverpool, but obviously from the owners. So it says at the top, from immediate release, March the 12th, 2024, Fenway Sports Group, FSG, a global sports marketing and media, entertainment and real estate company, today announced that Michael Edwards will be joining the organisation in the role of CEO of football, where the 44-year-old executive will assume a broad range of responsibilities, including leading efforts to identify and recruit new leadership for Liverpool FC's football operation. Bad bit of grammar there, isn't it? Liverpool's FC football operation. Just say Liverpool FC's operation. And supporting the growth of FSG in a global football through additional investment and acquisition. In this position, Edwards will report directly to FSG's ownership group, obviously principal owner John Henry, Chairman Tom Werner, and the President Mike Gordon. Edwards previously worked as sporting director at the Merseyside club, overseeing a period of success which saw the team win 7 major titles, including the UEFA Champions League trophy and ending the 30-year wait to become English top-flight champions. Michael is one of the most formidable executive talents in the world of football, and John, Tom and I are absolutely thrilled to have secured the services for our business, said FSG President Mike Gordon. He returns to us in a role with greater seniority than he held previously and with a wider remit. It was clear when we initially reached out to him that a broader scope would be the key motivating factor for any potential return to the industry in this regard, and many others. His ambition matched ours. As an organisation, we constantly strive for improvement in our football operation, whether that be identifying fresh opportunities externally or in areas of enhancement internally. And there is no better person to lead that ongoing process. In keeping with this objective, he will take over responsibilities that I have previously held regarding the oversight and management of Liverpool FC's football operation. Fulfilling that role has been one of the greatest privileges of my life, and handing it over and returning to a more traditional role in the ownership is something I have been hoping to do for some time. So obviously, and this is what Michael Edwards has said. I'm very grateful for Mike, John and Tom and the ownership group for offering me the opportunity to take on this new leadership role within FSG. Edwards said, I was humbled by their desire and persistence they showed in wanting to work with me again. This is definitely not something that I have taken for granted, given their track record across the sport and business. It was vital for me that if I did return, it would be with renewed vigour and energy. In practice, this means having fresh challenges and opportunities, such as one of the biggest factors in my decision in this commitment to acquire and oversee an additional club. Growing this area and their organisation, I believe that to remain competitive, investment and expansion of the current football portfolio, if necessary. With Liverpool FC, I will oversee required reinforcements of football operations, with a number of essential leadership positions needing urgent attention. I know from personal experience what a wonderful job Mike Gordon has done with a day-to-day oversight on behalf of his fellow owners. Going forward, I'm looking forward to working within FSG's board of managers, Also, in assuming a role, I fully understand that it comes with great expectations, and I therefore intend to identify, hire, and subsequently empower leaders who meet and embody the club's values and ambitions. Having served the club previously, I have no need to remind how much emotional investment is made by the supporters in the city itself, as well as across the UK and the world. I'm looking forward to getting started. So that's the release. There are a bit more on there, but I just bullet pointed what I needed to do. So, okay, Michael Edwards is back on board with a better position than he left in. Really, it's a step up. He's got full overall control of the footballing operation within FSG. So I bulletproofed certain things from the statement. This bearing in mind that a year ago the club was up for sale and the owners were looking to get rid if the right price came along. Mike Gordon, Billy Hogan were the ones tasked with finding an owner. So that didn't materialise, and the FSG board decided not to sell in the end. But, however, this is only my own personal opinion. You give me your thoughts on this. I still think the club might be still up for sale in the background. It's one of those things that we know now that the club has a price. It's between 3.5 million, say 5 billion, sorry, not million, billion pounds. Okay, so there's a price tag, and it's only going to get bigger. You saw the reports that was published, was it last week before, the account that the club is in a very healthy state, both on and off the pitch. So he's got a CEO of football. Something that stuck out to me in that statement was that FSG are looking to acquire another football club to come into its portfolio. Now, whether that's the MLS League, which, to be quite honest with you, it's a dog shit league. You know, I'm not a fan of it. Or it's to acquire another club. I don't think it'll be in this country. I don't think the model will suit FSG's plans, or even Michael Edwards. I think they might look abroad. Might look at Portugal, buying a team in Portugal, where there seems to be a lot of recruitment lately coming from, or Portuguese-based players. So I'm only guessing at the moment what his thoughts are on there. Am I pleased that he's come back to us in a different role? Yeah. Am I pleased about the club, requiring another club, a feeder club as such? I'm not so sure. I believe City, they have about 12 different clubs all over the world, and then you've got the Red Bull one, Salzburg and Leipzig. I thought Liverpool just did things differently, but obviously this is maybe a financial decision of more growth going into the coffers of FSG. I'm not a greatest supporter of them, but I can't deny what they have brought to the club and given us, both on and off the pitch. So, but yeah, it's interesting. Also, Edwards has also hinted that he was being pursued by FSG, which is really good in a way. They knew what man they wanted for the job, and they persisted in trying to get him, and obviously negotiations between Edwards and the board have materialised into him taking control of the football operation. He said he was humbled by them chasing him, and it was probably one of the factors in his decision. Don't forget, when he went after 10 years, he said he was going to have a rest, and then he'd had his rest, his rehabilitation, or whatever you want to call it, his sabbatical, and he set up a company with another ex-Liverpool employee, Ian Graham, and so was it called Lunanomics or something like that? They set up. So he's leaving that on the 1st of June, but I think he's already started working for Liverpool. I think he's just handed his notice in, and it's 1st of June. But I think you'll find he's going to start work soon, because that has to be the case, because he's got things to do as in his new role. First thing, he's got to employ a sporting director. Yes, Richard Hughes' name's been bandied about all over the place, and people are making it no secret. Even Bournemouth are saying that he's going to leave his role in the summer. So he's the name that's been touted of coming in. But until it's, my thoughts, until it's being said on Liverpool's website or released by Fenway Sports, I'm not going to make a comment on that. So yeah, whoever the sporting director is, he has to come in, and between them they will be looking for a new coach. Now, not a manager, but a coach. Jurgen Klopp came in as a manager, but obviously he had some intake in the transfers. There was a committee. He was part of the committee in about looking at which players to bring in. Now, I don't know which one it was in the last committee when Edwards was on board, persuaded Jurgen to go and sign Mo Salah. I think at the time, was it Jurgen wanted another player, and he was persuaded that due to the data analytical process, Mo Salah would be the better fit than Jurgen's choice of player. So yeah, that was that. And like I say, it's going to be a coach. The coach will coach. He won't have the day-to-day interference of negotiations with the players. He will just be on the training pitch, match day process, etc., doing the interviews and the like. Don't forget, next season it's so important that we get the right person in. There's no question about it. We are going to be in the Champions League next season. We're not that will be decided in the next 2 or 3 games. We will definitely be in a position to say, right, we're in the Champions League. The other teams behind us can't chase us up. So with that brings more games. It doesn't bring less games. It brings more games. It depends how it's been structured. Regarding seedings, etc. I'd imagine that Liverpool would be one of the seeds. I have explained to you the situation, how it's going to be. That the top 8 will play once against each other, and then they'll play the lesser teams, the less experienced teams. So, but yeah, there's going to be more games played, no doubt about that. So yeah, the person has to be right. You know my take on that. I said when I made Jurgen Klopp's leaving video, when he told us he was leaving, I just named one ex-player to be manager, and I said straight away it was Xabi Alonso. Now, that might not be on Michael Edwards' radar. He might go for somebody else. He might go for the Sporting guy, Amiron. So there are talks about others, but I don't want to divulge too much in that. But what else I need to speak to you about is obviously the other things. So, Sporting Director, he has to get the contract sorted out with Edwards, i.e. Virgil, Alisson, Trent, maybe Mo. Maybe Mo will decide to stay. Obviously, he'll get reduced rate. We're not going to pay him any more than what he's on now, obviously because of his age, or might keep him at the same wages, or he might decide, no, I'll go and get my final paycheck elsewhere. And there'll be lots of suitors for Mo Salah. Apart from this season, he doesn't get injured much, and he got injured playing for Egypt, and very rarely did he get injured for playing for Liverpool. So obviously tomorrow is the press conference for the Sparta game, and you know what's going to happen. The journos are going to ask, can you give us a comment on Michael Edwards coming back? And really, he's not going to say nothing derogatory, is he? He'll say, yeah, they've got the right man, welcome him back to the club, etc. So I don't want him to start digging into why he left in the first place. He said he was exhausted, but you might find out down the line that there were other issues. There are other issues that you hear about, but I don't want to divulge in that too much. So yeah, the only concern I've got is about FSG acquiring another football club to follow the suit of Man City and the Red Bull process. Do we really need that? I don't know what other Liverpool fans would feel about that. I'm not a great supporter, really. Let's maybe because I'm biased towards one club, and I will always have that bias supporting Liverpool. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think it's a good idea having these feeder club or clubs? For that matter, it might not be just be one club. Is it going to take funding away from Liverpool's operations? I hope not. But you know what FSG are like. Are we going to see, if they do require another club, our ticket prices going up to watch Liverpool? You've got to think of all these things, and these are the decisions that Michael Edwards has got to make. It's not just a sporting director role. It's not just an out and data analytical role. It literally is everything about the football club. You've got to look at the ground. Do we modernise the King Kenny stand? Do we look at increasing the COP as well? So, we've got a world-class training facility where the academy is joined on to the first team, and they train in all one area together. And you've seen how successful that has been since that's been opened up. And apparently Michael Edwards did have a role to play in that. Many people thought it was Jurgen Klopp, but Jurgen was on the same team that was organising all this. And Michael Edwards did play a role in that to make that happen. And we are now seeing the fruits of his labour of that. So he disappeared away, was it May 2022? He's now come back. Other teams wanted him. The Chelsea would have paid more than what he's probably getting from FSG, but he didn't like that fit. Manchester United want him. They're a club in disarray, and even with Sir Jim Radcliffe now on board, things aren't moving as quick as probably what he'd hoped for. Long reign Ten Hag. We play him on Sunday. That's another game to look forward to in the FA Cup. There'll be 9,000 of us supporting him at Old Trafford. So yeah, things are happening. Do I think it's a good appointment? We can only wait and see what happens with who the next coach is going to be for Liverpool. Remember, not a manager, but a coach. We'll have to get used to that. They'll have to get used to working with whatever setup that Michael Edwards wants to put in place there for that person to be in. Let's hope he makes the right decisions. I'm not sitting on the fence on this one. I just want to make sure that everything that we do is going to benefit Liverpool Football Club. I'm not really bothered about anything else about FSG's portfolio. Never have been. It's just about my team, your team. So if you like this video, give me a like, please. Share your thoughts with me so we can discuss them again. And please subscribe to the channel. It's been growing slowly. I'm nearly to 50 subscribers. Believe me, that'll be great if I get 50. That means that there's 50 of you interested in my videos I make about Liverpool. So I'm going to do another one tomorrow because obviously Jurgen's going to do his presser. It'll be very difficult for me not to mention anything from what I've said on this video regarding what Jurgen's thoughts are with Michael Edwards coming on board, and I hope the questions are not all about them and it's about what team he's going to put out tomorrow again, on Thursday for Sparta. Right, that's me done for now. Okay, I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. As I say, please subscribe, please give us a like, and please share this video. Up the Reds.